Yo guys, Features Gaming here and welcome back to another video here on the channel, and today we are back on Euro Truck Simulator 2 for another episode of the Trucking Career Season 2 episode 62 today. And in today's video I have discovered a job in the job market that I actually really want to take, and it is I can't exactly remember where it is. It's this one. It's only 9 hours, but I think it could be a good job to do. It's articulated and double trailer, which is good. Won't take us that long, but I actually have a few things to talk about, which is why I'm doing this video with commentary. But also what I want to do is, if you can see by my money, I have got £268,000. And what I want to try and do is start building my empire, because obviously at the moment, if I go to the garage manager, you can see we have one in London that is at the max upgrade, and we've got all 5 drivers in Scanias working for us. And as you can see, the production value is at the max it can be. What I want to do now is start expanding for the company. Now, what I want to try and do eventually in this series, I don't know how long it's going to take, and I don't even think this is something I was doing in the first episode, is I do eventually want to like get every garage in. Well, obviously the aim is in the game, but I think to start off with will be in the UK. Now the thing is, because we are in Barcelona at the moment, it'll be just pointless to drive up to the UK, purchase a garage, then go back down. That's just pointless. Yes, I could try taking jobs up there, but it'll just be so much easier to get the garage like manager thing that will allow you to just freelance purchase any garage like you can do with truck dealers. Like you can just purchase them online, like buy the garages online. So what I'm going to do is, when we get to different places in the game, I'm going to purchase a garage if we have the money. I think a garage is about £100,000 in the game. So again, if we go into Barcelona, you can see that there's a garage right here. So I'm going to drive around there, seeing if I can get the garage. With £268,000, I should be able to. So let's just load into the game, drive around, purchase the garage, and then see if we have the job, and then see if we can take it. I might see if we do have some money left, if I could probably kit out with some drivers. I'm not too sure. I don't think upgrading it to the max right now will be sufficient. I think we need to get it rolling with a few drivers. I mean, another thing would just be to, you know, just purchase the different garages and leave them black. Well, not black, but, you know, like leave them blank. What is going on with the game right now? The game isn't fully loaded in yet. It should load up soon though. There we go. But yeah, I could just leave them with no driver in there, but I kind of want to, like, you know, make the garage actually earn money rather than just leaving them blank until I need it, really. Because there's no point on getting a garage if it's just not going to do anything. So I think really we need to focus on getting the garages and kitting them out with drivers, even if they're not in the UK. Because when we get those drivers in, the more money we'll be making to then purchase more garages. That's my theory behind it. But obviously, as a result of getting the drivers, that's obviously going to cost us money. And can be quite a bit of money, but
50 meters,
yeah.
turn right.
So hopefully, in a few episodes time, we should be able to have 10 drivers in our company working for us, which is going to be absolutely crazy.
You have arrived.
But here we are. So it's 157,000. Okay, I think we'll be able to get one driver, I think. Because I think that's going to take us down to about £100,000. So that's enough to get one Scania truck and a driver. So yeah, there we go. You can see the garage cutscenes, which looks awesome. So yeah, as predicted, we are on £110,000, and we can also buy trucks online as well, I think. So if we go to truck dealers, and we do that. We go to Scania, we do that. Buy online. We now have this option. So, obviously the stock option, I've got fleet configurations. Not too sure why I've got two different things, but these two are the cheapest. Apparently I've got two of the same things. That's 370. What's different? Oh, that's a left-hand drive and that's a right-hand drive. Oh. What did I give my... On the Scania R roof... Are they left-hand drives? I don't know how I can tell. But all of them have Scania... Well, actually... Squirrel, or Paul, has the next-gen scan. These are Sens. Oh, I think that's the Scania I had. And I just gave it to him. Okay, so Scania R... 370 horsepowers. Alright then. So I need to look then. Well, they were all the same. They were all the same thing. I think. Just give me a second. I think because we're basing them in Barcelona, we'll make them as a right-hand drive, or no, left-hand drive. Sorry, because obviously they're in the other country. I think only makes it sensible. I think. So we'll purchase one of those. Put it there in slot 1. That's £8,000. And we will then go ahead and hire a driver. Let's just double check if we've got anyone good we can get. No, okay. Like, well, mainly I'm looking for power support. So we'll just get Joshua T here. So welcome to the company, mate. Be good for us, otherwise I'll have to hire someone else. There we go. And now let's see if we can still take that same job, because I really want to take that job. It looks like a really good job. Yes, we do. 11 hours to complete it. Yeah, that'll be fine. It is heavy cargo, but I think we'll be able to take it anyway.
Navigation resumed.
So yeah, I mean, we're using auto gears anyway. Or real auto, so we have to put it into gear. But then everything else is automatic. So as I said, I do want to talk about some stuff, but I'm just gonna
Turn left.
Get over to the depot, pick up this job, and then talk about the notes. I don't have an estimate on
In 50 meters, turn left.
how long these notes are going to take. I just know that I have some notes that I want to talk about.
Turn left.
I don't know where the depot
Keep
is. Oh, is it here on the right?
Then turn
Oh, that's not too
right.
bad then. Cool then.
Turn right.
Nice wide open entry here.
Turn right.
Like it.
You have
I
arrived.
really like how colourful the trailers are as well. Well, I know they're purple, but obviously with different things. So yeah, this is the trailer we're going to take. Obviously, I want to take it in a double. That's pretty much the only reason why I picked it. Looks like we're going to be going down the coastline as well. Right, the trailer is all around the back. No, all around the back. Okay. Yeah, I see it. Why do double trailers always spawn right near trailers that are just parked horizontally? I think I might have to pull out to the right around it. Oh, that is close. Alright, let's look it up
Navigation
there.
resumed.
Let's get a thumbnail as well, because do with a good thumbnail here. No, that's email. Well done, Fetch. Photo studio. Switch to photo mode. What can we get? Ah, oh, yes. Cool. Get a bit of tilt as well going on. Bring the saturation up slightly. Yeah, there we go. Like that. And let's also have a look at the world map and seeing where we can probably pick up some discoverables. So, why did we take that thing there in the last episode then if we could have just got it there? Oh, I could have just got it on the way back. Oh well. Looking down for some easy discoverables. This could be an easy one to get to, I think. Yeah, I mean, we have to get them soon. Valencia is just going to be a bit too tricky to route around there. Murcia? Or Murcia? A little bit of a weird road thing, but it's okay. But yeah, we've added on about an hour to our job, I think, or around about that.
Navigation resumed.
Yeah, there we go then. So let's get going. So as I said, I'm going to go around here. I think the truck almost stalled, actually. How heavy is this job? Oh, 34 tons, fair enough.
Navigation resumed.
And then again, my truck is slightly damaged thanks to that idiotic truck in the last episode deciding it was fine to plow into me. But that's driving, I guess. We just have to stick up with it and get on with it. Nothing much we can do. Yeah, let's get going. Yeah, it's actually quite heavy. Alright, it's not going to be easy, this job then, and because it's a double trailer as well, that's just going to add a level of difficulty onto this as well.
Continue straight.
Alright, I don't turn down there for some odd reason. Very weird slip road designs. Actually, I don't need to indicate right because I'm not, or left because I'm not going into that lane. But here we are on the road. So as I said, there are a few things that I do want to talk about. First one being these videos, TruckingCareer videos. So as you are seeing, it's being a bit more difficult to make them in terms of this style, me commentating over them, because with us being a pretty good truck driver, I'd say, you know, with the skills that we've got, the jobs that we're going to be getting are going to be very long.
Take the exit.
And to put into perspective, the last two videos I did, which were time lapses, both of them took about an hour and a half to do in real life. Now, I don't have loads of notes to talk for an hour and a half, nor do I want to make videos that are an hour and a half long. Yes, I know that I could split them up into 1, 2, 3 parts, but again, I don't have notes to talk about things for an hour and a half. Which makes making these videos a bit weird because obviously I can still do the time lapses, but if I'm doing that all of the time, that can get a bit boring.
Take the second exit.
It's super easy to make them as time lapses because I can just note down how much the job is, where we're going to, if I'm picking up any discoverables, and then say that at the start of the video when we introduce the video, and then obviously go to the job and do the time lapse, which is fine. I think that's completely fine. The thing is that doing that, obviously the journey is going to be super quick, so it's, you know, it's not going to be good for viewing.
Take the exit right.
I try and do maybe 2-3 songs each time lapse because I think that should be a good speed for a time lapse in terms of trucking. But another thing as well with doing time lapses is that I need music. Now I have loads of music on my laptop, non-copyright and stuff like that. The thing is that as I'm listening to some of the music, it's not really the type of style I would see in a time-lapse type video. There are a few songs on my laptop And I think I've used all of the ones that I could use for time lapses. Obviously, those being the morning light music that I use from my subscription, and non-copyright music as well. I'm pretty safe to say I've used them all. So mainly I am just doing the same songs, which can make it very boring, I'm gonna say, because if I'm using the same songs all the time, there's not going to be any difference. It's going to be the same songs over and over again, and we're just going to get bored of it. The only thing that's going to be different is going to be the journey, and I want the music to be different. So there's two sides of the story. When I'm doing the videos like this, it's good because I can have commentary, you are hearing me, the game is in real time, and we're having loads of fun. The downside is that I don't have many things to talk about in longer videos. For example, the hour-and-a-half ones. The time lapses are great for if I want to do a long job, but the difference is that music, and obviously you guys want to see more of these types of videos with commentary. Now it's hard to try and find a balance in terms of doing different types. So really, I think the way going forward is, if I want to do something at the start of the video, like as I say, purchase a garage or something like that, then I will try and do a commentary to that at the start of the video. If I don't need to, so probably the next episode will be a time lapse, unless I have anything to talk about that I really want to say. So overall for me, it's better to make time lapses because it means that I can just get on the game, look for a job I want to take and take it, and then just record the video, and then in post-production just speed it up whenever I want to. That is better for me, but obviously I know that you guys want to see this type of content. So as I said, way moving forward is to try and do it like that. And obviously with the speed limiter and with the truck speed being switched on, it's a lot more relaxing for me to play the game like this, other than having it as car limit and not having the speed limiter active, because when you're doing it with the car speed limit, some of the speeds are ridiculous, you know, 80 mile an hour in a truck on a motorway. Now I know it's a limit, I don't have to go anywhere near that, but I kind of, if I see that speed, I want to be doing it. And as a result, you may have seen, like, if it starts raining, then that can catch me out with the understeer. When you're at truck limit and it starts raining, it's fine because you don't understeer and stuff like that. And just, it's a lot more relaxing and just realistic as well to do it as truck speed limiter, because it means you're not going quick, you don't need to literally fully concentrate for the entire journey to make sure that, you know, you're not crashing into anything. It's a lot more enjoyable and relaxing to just go at slow speed, like what you would be doing in real life, and just enjoy everything you're seeing, enjoying the scenery. You know, look over there, look at the trees, the agriculture, looking over there at the mountains. Well, just parts of dump at the moment, but that's kind of the gist. Just looking out, seeing all of the, you know, scenery, fancy road there, some fields. Just nice to, you know, just look at the scenery sometimes, not fully concentrating on just driving. And another thing, if you're watching something, you know, as I normally do, just stick a program on or something, or a YouTube video or whatnot, then do the job then, because spoiler alert, that's how I keep myself entertained for, you know, big jobs. I actually just watch something. Sometimes I play some music and stuff like that. I have some music on the game, so sometimes switch that on, but I normally do that when I'm not recording, as that is copyrighted music from CDs that I bought and stuff like that. And obviously if I play that on a video or stream, no. Obviously I know that the game is, you know, kind of muted, but the thing is, because I oftenly switch songs on the music list on the game, there's obviously a pop-up that's on the screen telling you the song that I'm playing, which is fine. But for me, if I'm trying to make like this type of video, I don't want things quickly flashing up on the screen then disappearing. Even if you're not hearing it, to me that just ruins it, really. So I don't do that while I'm recording. So I just do the videos, watching something, playing music on my phone or whatnot on my iPad, and then just speed up the videos. And as I said, just overall, time lapses for me are good. So that's pretty much one of the points I wanted to talk about. The next point I want to talk about is something that is likely to happen. It's likely or not likely, depending on the situation. I'd say it's sort of balanced at the moment, because obviously with it's something to do with real life. With the world getting back to semi-normality, I would say, even though we're going into winter, which the whole government think that there's going to be a massive peak in cases and stuff with the COVID situation and pandemic. Obviously with things returning back to normality, with, you know, my whole family now double vaccinated, obviously we want to try and, you know, get out and do things now. Not to the point where it would put us in any sort of danger, you know, like returning to dance yet, or going to a theme park, whatever we want to do. Steady things. One of them, of which, is me returning to my work placement, or my work experience, where I go on football, the football match. That is my work experience placement. I go on video football matches for my local town's football team, because they are sponsored by an organisation that is very close to my heart, and they actually told me about this, saying that the club are looking for videographers that want to record their video or record their matches. And because I like videoing and they've seen that, they know of my YouTube channel, they asked me if I wanted to do it. And because I like football and there's nothing to do, because, you know, like, I'm not in any sort of, you know, work placement, I'm not in college anymore, yeah, why not? Obviously this was before the pandemic hit, so I was still at college at this point. And because at college I think you have to do like a minimum of like a certain amount of hours at a work placement, doing work experience, because it was in the media industry, that actually counted towards it. So to be fair, it was a win-win situation for that, which was cool. Now the thing is, by me returning to work, or the work placement, there may be a few changes to my streaming schedule, because mainly the days that the football team play on are Tuesdays, which are in the evenings. If you know, on Tuesday evenings, I normally do a stream. I won't be able to do that if I'm going to be at a match. Now, it won't be every Tuesday, okay? It won't be every Tuesday, don't worry. But I'm just saying it could likely be. And I actually only go to their home matches at this point in time. I only go to their home matches as it's literally just around the corner, which is fine. Obviously I would like to go to away matches in the future, but obviously I can't get there easily. So I don't go to away matches just yet. I only go to home matches, which I thoroughly enjoy. As I said though, it's not going to be every single Tuesday, because A, the players will get super tired, and B, there'll be away matches as well, which, as I said, I won't be able to go to. So there will be some Saturdays where streams will have to change. The next day they play is on a Saturday in the afternoons. Again, those are going to have to change for my streaming schedule, because normally on a Saturday afternoon I do a Roblox request stream. again, that is going to have to change. So I've kind of been thinking, how am I going to change this? Because obviously I want to return to work. I love doing it. I really want to, you know, get back outside. It would be safe for me because I go up on a stand. It's like 2 meters off the ground, so I'll be safe from everyone below. Even though I think I've talked to the manager about cornering off a bit of the grandstand while I'm there to ensure my safety. Because, you know, like, they really want me back. But obviously, with my whole family not being fully, you know, vaccinated at the moment, we want to, you know, for the sake of a few weeks, we just want to, you know, be sure that, you know, I can return safely. And, you know, there's not someone who's vulnerable in the house, you know, that's not fully vaccinated before I go back, basically. So now that they're double vaccinated, which is good, I can now return to work. And I've been talking to the manager about what we can do, and I think we've kind of sorted a general idea of ensuring my safety. Now we just need to put it in effectively. Obviously, it's not fully going ahead. I'm going to be returning. I'm just saying that's what is likely to happen. So I just want to let you guys know before. And yeah, just let you know that things will have to change. And that is what I'm thinking. So what can I do in terms of my schedule to obviously make sure that I still do daily streams, because I still want to do daily streams for you guys. But yeah, if it's, you know, because the evenings is when I mostly stream. In the weekdays, obviously people are at school and college and stuff. The only real thing I can think about right now is on Tuesdays doing the stream in the afternoon, like after 3 p.m. or something like that. Like start at 3 p.m, which is when school and colleges normally stop. So then, you know, if we do a Roblox request stream, people can join in and stuff. That's the only thing I can think of to keep on doing daily streams, because I love streaming. I love it. And there's loads of people saying that if you need to take a break, take a break. We don't really care. You've blessed us with the amount of content you've already done. I know, you know, I can take a break, but I just love streaming, and it's not seeming as a chore for me doing streaming. I love streaming, which is why I keep doing it. If I didn't enjoy streaming it, I wouldn't be doing it. I really, really enjoy streaming. But yeah, and I know for the sake of one day, I could just not do it. But you know, I want to give you guys a stream every day. So that's pretty much the only time I think that I can do a stream. I mean, there's been thoughts going on around in my head. Should I keep it as a Roblox request stream? Should I change it? Because at the moment on my Discord, on the useful info, it's got unknown, because it was going to be Among Us. Because we were doing a lot of Among Us when I set out that schedule. Obviously, from trollers and hackers on Among Us, I've had to stop it because it's just not being fun anymore. And now it's gone to unknown, and I don't know what I'm going to do on that day. There's been thoughts about doing Bed Wars, like from 4 till 6, because I know then that is pretty much when everyone's back home. There's been thoughts about doing random games then, but then again, I need the votes. Doing a stream of my choice if I wanted to. There's been many things going on in my head about what I can do. And I don't know exactly what I'm going to do.
Keep left.
However, if the game is on a Saturday, I know what I'm going to do. It's going to be a Roblox request stream in the morning from 10 till 1, I think I had it. So then I can have my lunch at 1, and then you know, I'll be ready for the afternoon. Now, there won't be a stream on the Saturday evening, though, which would normally be a random simulator or a tycoon, because I want to start editing the match when I get back from it. Because normally, on the same day, you know, the memory's still in my head about when we possibly scored, so it'll make it a bit easier. And normally on, you know, a Tuesday when I get back, matches finish at about 10 o'clock. So, you know, I get back. The only thing I could probably do when I've done that is transfer the videos quickly onto my computer, and then it's pretty much I go to sleep because I'm tired. And then the next day I'll get up and then, you know, do the editing and stuff like that. Editing and stuff like that really doesn't really take that long. The main big issue is rendering, and I don't know how long those matches are going to take, because obviously, as well, if you don't know, I record those matches at 4K 60 FPS just so the quality is good. Obviously, I don't need to do that. I could do it as 1080 60, but still the matches are going to take a while. And for the sake of a few minutes, I think it's just, you know, better if I do it as 4K, so then anyone with a 4K monitor can view the match in 4K.
Right. Then take the exit on the
It also means when I do my zoom ins that I do, you know, in the edit, it won't lose much quality.
The exit on the right.
The reason why I say that is because when I did it before, videos weren't really rendering that quick, and I was doing it directly off Premiere Pro, which isn't as quick as what I now use renders, which is the media encoder. I now use the media encoder, not the actual Premiere Pro, to render, as it's a bit more easier to understand. Well, obviously it's a bit more complex, but when you learn the program, it's a bit more professional in a way. Like, you can see exactly how much has been rendered and how long there's still left, and there's like a little preview that you can see. And in my mind, I just think it renders videos quicker than it would normally do on Premiere Pro. Before, when I was rendering them just using Premiere Pro, I think one match honestly took about 2 days, 2 full days to render, which was the full 2 hours, you know, or like the full 1 hour of, you know, 90-minute match, because I do export that, you know, the full 90 minutes, and then obviously I make a highlights, which you can see how far this is going. You know, I edit a full 90-minute match. Obviously, what I've now done, or what I used to do, is leave the footage completely raw, and then when I do my highlights, that's when I add the different things in. Now, with me using media encoder, because I think I installed my new RAM after, you know, I stopped going because of, you know, the next lockdown. Obviously I've now installed new RAM. I don't know how quick that's going to render videos, because obviously with more RAM and more memory, I should hopefully be able to render videos more quicker. And as I said, with me, you know, adding all of the fancy graphics that I do, I say fancy, just text on the screen, I can, you know, I don't know how long videos are now going to take to render. So there's going to be a bit of testing for that, and I don't know how long it's going to take. So I'm just going to say, don't expect streams to be normal to schedule, or pretty much any day of the week, but mainly if I have a match on a Tuesday, don't, oh my god, like, expect possible changes on the Wednesday stream. If I have a match on Saturday, for example, expect changes on Sunday streams. That's all I'm going to say, because it might mean that I need a bit more time just to do something. The way you can know about this is by joining my Discord. I'll put up updates all the time on my Discord if something's taking, you know, a while or something like that. So make sure to join my Discord if you want to be notified about that. So yeah, that was the next point I wanted to talk about. Me possibly returning to work. As I know, there is a match next Tuesday, for what I know. Obviously not fully confirmed that I'm going, just looking likely. And then there's like a bunch of fixtures in October, so yeah, just expect a few changes to the schedule. But as I know, the way to know, join my Discord. I'll talk about everything there.
Keep right. then take
How
the
long have we
exit
still
on the
got
right.
left in the job? We've got about 4 hours. Okay.
Take the exit on the right.
We've been going for about 5 hours, alright. I don't know how long we've actually been recording for, but yeah, I've got one more thing to talk about. I don't know if we're going to be able to do this. Right, talk about this last thing, because mainly it's a quick point. I mean, I may think if I can just get something off the top of my head. So the next thing, mainly just a thing that popped into my mind, is how I make my outros. Well, not specifically how I make my outros, but just telling you about my outros, because if you don't know from my streams, or if you've seen any of my videos the whole way through, I've changed my outro. Normally, it was just like a massive ad about my merch store, where you can get a t-shirt, hoodie, phone case, mug, whatever you want. Well, not whatever you want, but most stuff there, you know, being featured in my in real life merch store, not my Roblox merch, my in real life merch. I've got a real life merch store, guys. Obviously, link in the description. So yeah, it used to just be a massive ad for that. What I've done is I've changed that completely to being a screen with the channel members, and then just something cool I made in Photoshop, which consisted of, you know, a subscribe, which would have my logo below it via end screen annotations, and then it'll be the most recent vid or video, and then a suggested video for that viewer, which is a template that you can get on YouTube when you upload a video and you go to the end screen annotations thing. Is I just think that looks a bit more professional. And then obviously I leave a space for that video to go in, and then obviously then I do or then after that I have my socials, and then obviously just a reminder I have a merch store, link in the description and that sort of stuff. We should probably turn our lights on now because, well, it's getting dark and I haven't had my side lights on ever. Yeah, I did that, but the thing is, because if you don't know about that background, that is actually a popular GIF. I couldn't import that into Photoshop because Photoshop is primarily a photo editing software, and obviously a GIF is a type of video photo. So what I had to do is I had to export that photo as a PNG photo, and then overlay that picture on top, and then have that GIF underneath in Premiere Pro. That's just the easiest way I know how to do it, guys. Now, because that photo is all the same, that's fine. The thing is, though, is that to get my channel members, because normally I just shout them out at the end of streams, with videos it's a little bit different. Because normally in videos I wouldn't do it, I'll just do it at the end of my streams. But that would be after I raid people. But now that I've changed the way I raid people, I just literally get up their stream, send you guys the link, tell them what, you know, tell what to do, obviously, in, you know, making, you know, telling you to, you know, subscribe and like to them, and then I end it. I don't like watch the stream to listen to their reaction and stuff like that, because, you know, I can't fully ensure that, you know, they're not gonna swear or, you know, things like that. So the safest way is just to get a stream, pause the stream, and then, you know, tell you guys to rate them and stuff like that. So what I decided to do is make a screen of my channel. I mean, loads of popular YouTubers do this, where they have, you know, a list of their channel members, and then they go into their fully outro. Now, I update that screen weekly, because obviously with new channel members joining and leaving, I need to, you know, keep up to date that the people that are on that list are actually being represented. The thing is with that, with videos though, is that I tend, or at the moment, I'm recording loads of videos in advance, so, you know, by the time this video comes out, there's probably going to be, you know, probably about, you know, 1 or 2 members that have probably joined, maybe. I mean, it's highly unlikely, but just saying that can tend to happen. Like, there could be a member that, you know, that'll, you know, for example, join and then not be in the end screen annotation, because what I then need to do is go through the entire channel list again and making sure people that are on that list are on the end screen list, if that makes any sense. So making sure that anyone who's joined, left, has been represented on the list. Then what I normally used to do is export that, and then I need to go into Premiere to then change that list to the new one, and then I would then need to export that, both the video and stream one, and then go into OBS and change it, which was a bit of a hassle to do. But what I found out a few days ago, or actually a few weeks ago, so I've been doing this for a while now, and I've only just, you know, got round to telling you now, is if I leave the exported file the same, overwrite the existing file in Photoshop. So basically the photo is called channel channel members list. If I export it as that same name and choose to overwrite that file, that same file will have saved into Premiere, you know, automatically. So what I just then need to do is, instead of changing it in Premiere, I just go into Media Encoder and just export that project, because it would have changed it automatically, because that file is still known to be in Premiere, and it will know, because I've already edited that photo, it knows the edit, it just needs that file, if that makes sense. It knows what to do. So then what I need to do is I then export the videos the same, and because I export, you know, both of them the same thing and overwrite the existing file, so then I know which one it is, rather than changing the name every single time and then deleting the old ones. I just prefer to overwrite it. When I then go into OBS, because the name of the file is still the same, just different, just a different video, OBS will automatically see that new file again, which is super cool. So all I'm saying is that to make my outros a lot more easier, because all I need to do is change the list of the channel members, then export the 2 projects of the actual end screen outro, and then I'm done. 2 steps is all I need to do, and I've changed the outro, which is fantastic, because it saves me a lot of time and I just know what I need to do, rather than having to change the channel members, then go into Premiere, then re-edit it, then export it, then change things in OBS and stuff like that. Just 2 things I need to do, and it just makes life a whole lot easier. So yeah, and that's the last thing I wanted to talk about. All 3 things that I wanted to talk about.
Keep left.
And now I don't have anything to talk about. Can I go back into this lane, please? You gonna let me? Thank you very much. So yeah, there are all of the things that I wanted to talk about. Now I don't know what I need to talk about. How long have we got left? We've got about an hour and 20 minutes left. Okay, that's not too bad then. Not too bad. I think we're just picking up a discoverable in here. And then it'll be 59 miles to the destination.
Keep right, then take the exit on the right.
Just so much you know, so much more relaxing
On the right.
to do jobs like this. You know? Just get in a truck, and because you know that, you know, you're not going to be fast, you know, that limiter ensures that you'll only go 56, which is a comfortable speed for relaxing in. You just know that if you keep accelerating, you're going to stop at 56. It's not going to allow you to go any quicker. Oh, that gearbox didn't sound good.
Keep right. Take the exit.
But yeah, I know that this truck will stop at 56, which is annoying.
Keep right.
Because, you know, there's some speed limits on truck speed limit in the UK, which are 60. I know that I won't be able to do that, but I know that I can at least do 56. And it's just much more, you know, realistic as well, because, you know, real trucks in real life are only limited to 56. And it, to me, it's just so much more enjoyable because, you know, as I said, you can, you know, take a break and look at the scenery. It just does take a bit longer to do than I, you know, am normally used to. But it's fine. It's fine.
At the roundabout, take the third exit.
Like, just being in here in this, you know, night time. So how? I'm just looking at all of the pretty lights on the buildings and stuff. Don't you dare put that on me, pal. Yeah, those building lights. This reminds me of, you know, when we used to go on holiday.
In 50
you know, coming back from holiday or a day trip out. At, you know, stupid times in the, you know, at night time. Which now I just normally be awake for, but you get the gist. Like, you know, normally I go to bed at about 11ish. Sometimes, you know, like we would come home at 11, for example, which I would normally be in bed for. Because way in the past, well, I say way in the past, about 6 years ago, like I was going to bed at 9. I was getting so tired from like school and stuff that I was ready to go to sleep at 9 p.m, which is when I normally, you know, end my streams. Now I'm, oh god. Well, that's going to be his fault. I left him the space. But yeah, now I'm up, you know, past that time streaming. You please leave me a bit of space so I can get my trailer past. And that's good. And yeah, so yeah, I used to go to bed at, you know, like 9 p.m. And I was up, you know, 2 hours beyond that and just driving home. And I used to, you know, like just look at all of the pretty lights, you know, like entering into like different villages and towns, seeing all of the lights. You know, most of them being, you know, like a factory like that, you know, with like lights beaming down. It's like so calming to see, just so relaxing. When half the time I was just, you know, head in my iPad, headphones on, watching videos.
At the roundabout, take the first exit.
This is a nice roundabout, isn't it? What type of roundabout is that?
Take the exit.
But yeah, very calming and enjoyable and relaxing to just drive at night. And so is the daytime.
At the roundabout, take the third exit.
I just don't know what it is, but it's just something about nighttime that just makes me want to drive at night a bit more. Probably because everything's dark.
Keep right.
You know, there's no bright, constant light. You know, it's gonna, you know, blind you. It's all nice and dark and not too heavy on the eyes. It makes you just want to drive forever.
Then take the exit on the right.
Is that weird? I don't know. Obviously in the daytime you have more visibility, but it hurts your eyes, you know, just looking at it all the time. Which is weird coming from me who sits at a computer 24/7. But yeah. Anyway, onto the highway for the final few minutes. Literally 36 minutes, half an hour. It's pretty much nothing at this point. I really like motorway driving. Even though it can be like really, really boring at times. It's just so good to just get on the motorway, set the cruise control on 56 or whatever it is,
then take the exit on the right.
And then just relax.
Take the exit on the right.
Because with town driving, obviously you're braking and lights and stuff. With the highway, it's just go however you want. Obviously, you do need to be looking around because obviously there are accidents on the motorway and like random road events. So you do have to look out for that, but mainly it's just nice driving.
At the roundabout, take the second exit.
But here we are. It's been a pretty good job.
Take the exit.
Don't think anything bad has happened. Been a flawless drive. Fuel consumption on 59.
At the roundabout, take
We're doing
the third
6.1 litres to the gallon. I think that's telling us. Yeah, these DAFs are so efficient with fuel.
Take the exit.
Super efficient. Honestly, you can do about 20 hours on one tank. That's unheard of for other trucks. But as a result, the DAF is quite slow under acceleration when you're hauling something. It's not got the best torque, but it has power.
Meters, turn left. Turn left.
And it is just super efficient with fuel. So if you want to keep the costs down and you don't mind about speed.
You have arrived.
I mean, you'll get up to the speed anyway, but if you want to keep the costs down with fuel, then definitely recommend getting a DAF. And I just love these camera mirrors as well. They're so good. But here we're at the destination anyway. Now we just need to park up. Obviously with double trailers you can only do these put in ones yourself. You can't really do reverse ones, which is gonna, I wouldn't be able to do it anyway because I just wouldn't get the gist of it. But there we are. Right, lights off. There we go. Excellent driving rating. So yeah, no damage penalties or whatnot. £25,000. Only 1,000 XP, so not the best job, but it was only 9 hours. But yeah, up to £47,000. You won't be able to purchase a garage even though we're nowhere near the garage. But yeah. I don't know where we'll be able to go, later on in the episodes, probably around here, going more into, Spain, maybe take a job all the way up to, Germany or something like that. Maybe going all the way to, Turkey and stuff. Maybe even back to the UK. I don't know. But all I know from this episode is that this is going to be the end, so I hope you guys did enjoy it. Make sure you leave a like on this episode if you did enjoy it. Subscribe for more content. And I will see you guys in the next video or stream. But until then, take care and peace out.